What we then have now is a situation whereby, government is trying to criminalize dissent. So you complain against it about government, you say you want a revolution, then they arrest you, and then they charge you for terrorism. Knowing fully well that under the Terrorism Act, a citizen can be detained, for the initial period of 3 months. So for me, this is the crisis that we have. And I feel that in situations like this, we expect, the bar association, the bench themselves to look at these issues. Are we not being used as a tool, to perpetrate, dictatorship? But that is what I see now, trying to give, judicial stamp to the violation of the rights of citizens. So Anagba Jalingo, for example, a journalist, alleges acts of corruption against the state government. Now, or the state governor. The governor has the right, if he wants to waive his immunity, to go to court, like the vice president said, and sue for libel or for defamation. There are regulatory agencies. They are not towing that path. They are not even responding to the allegations. Now they are saying, Agba Jalingo is a terrorist. He is an associate of Shiwore. So he must be. These are the charges that they have in court. And now he's being held almost indefinitely, despite his, so this must be a concern to us. And as a matter of fact, if I had the opportunity to speak at this forum, that was the point I was going to make when we talk about teacher don't teach me nonsense. We say that to government. Government don't teach us nonsense. You are not doing things what you are supposed to do. We say to our lecturers, we say they should not teach us nonsense. I also think that we need to begin to talk to fellow citizens not to teach us nonsense. Because it was right to say anything against the Jonathan government. But when you say it against this government, it becomes hate speech. It becomes hatred. You hate Buhari. Criticism is now hatred. I mean, that is nonsense. And our citizens should start teaching themselves all this kind of nonsense. That dissent is not, a crime. And that if you don't have dissent on a continuous basis, our society cannot be better, for it. So we are really in a situation of the animal farm, where the rule under the previous government was that no animal, shall sleep on bed. And now they say, no animal shall sleep on bed with sheets. So you could just imagine if it were to be Patience Jonathan that had this, grandiose arrival from abroad, from a supposed holiday, riding in a presidential jet, spending taxpayers' money, and an elected first lady. If you raise that now, they will say, it's different. I mean, this one is the wife of a president that is not corrupt. That one was the wife of a president. So all these double standards in our thinking, in our thoughts, in our analysis are not helpful to the Nigerian cause. So we must begin to tell ourselves as fellow citizens to stop teaching ourselves nonsense.